All right, we're ready to continue on with Vanderbilt. We'll ask Coach Stackhouse for a couple of general thoughts on the game, then we'll take your questions just for the two student athletes and let them go back to the locker room and then finish up with Coach Stackhouse. So, Coach, would you begin?
Yes, not the ending that we were looking for. Thought we were really excited to play this game. Guys were in a good spirit, a lot of confidence, a lot of momentum coming into this game. And I think it was just didn't work out for us. We got a lot of good looks that we were happy to get and didn't go down for us early in the game. Arkansas, on the other hand, came out and got off to a pretty good start. And some of it was our own doing. Again, just not being able to have the disposition and the urgency that we needed to start the game, but we eventually got it, but it was just a little too late. I thought our guys fought hard to the end, but still disappointing because we had other plans.
All right, we'll take your questions just for the two student athletes, Dylan and Saban, if you'll raise your hand, and we'll get a mic to you. Let's start right in the middle.
Adam Sparks of Tennessee, and this is for Saban. You guys certainly were playing your best basketball down the stretch, a lot better than you were at this point a year ago. How different do you think the outlook of this team is going into next season?
I think it looks really well. I mean, I feel like over time you saw us continue to make strides in various ways. So I feel like it's going to go in the right direction going into next season.
Okay, question on the right side.
Yeah, Dylan, piggybacking off that sentiment, I mean, how excited are you to kind of look forward to next year with all these guys coming back?
Yeah, I'm really excited. I feel like we played very well at the end of the season. Obviously, tonight wasn't what we were looking for, like Coach Stack said, but guys grew throughout the season, myself included, improved on our games. And going into the summer, we want to continue to improve our games and have a much better season next season.
All right, question in the back.
Saban, you're barely coming out of games. You've had 30-point nights, I think, 4 of your last 11 games. You're handling the ball all the time. Defense is key on you. How did you hold up and do the things that you did over the last 2 months of the season?
I would say just trusting my teammates, just making the right reads, and don't get frustrated if you're receiving a lot of defensive attention, and just making the right reads and the right plays. And Coach Stackhouse, he does a great job trying to get me in the right spots, and he just provides a lot of things for me out there on the floor.
Down front on the left.
Dylan, what do you think is the next step for you in your game going into your sophomore season?
I feel like I have to get stronger, get in the weight room with Coach Lewis this summer, and definitely work on my body, being able to get to the rim easier, and staying on balance.
And question on the right side.
Yeah, Saban, you obviously had an outstanding year, second team All-SEC. What's next for you? Obviously, the NBA waters are possibly something you may want to test. Is that something you'd consider?
I'm not really thinking about that too much right now. It's a little early. We just got out of the game, but just trying to be here for my team right now.
Got time for one or two more? Okay, let's take one right in the front.
Dylan, we saw you a little bit at the 5 today, also a little bit at the top of the zone. Do you think kind of being shorthanded at times late in this season has made your game more versatile?
I think you could say that. I'm the guy who's going to do whatever it takes to win. I'll play whatever position Coach Stack asked me to play, and this season I guess I had to be more versatile, so yeah.
Have time for one more? Either the student athletes, anyone? All right, we'll excuse you. You can return to the locker room. Also a reminder, I believe Pippin and Wright are in the auxiliary area just to your right, behind the curtain. We'll continue on with Coach Stackhouse. Raise your hand, and we'll get a mic to you. Let's start right in the middle.
Adam Sparks, Tennessee. And Stack, you had 3 of your 4 double-digit scores tonight were freshmen. What does that tell you about the outlook, the long-term outlook of this team?
Well, I think our guys had real, valuable reps this year. Practice and games, to where I think they were able to make mistakes and play through their mistakes. And I don't know, going forward, the young guys coming in there as a group will have that opportunity because we're going to be an older group that really understands, how we want to play and how we want to do things. So their learning curve is going to have to be a little bit shorter to be able to get on the floor as much as these guys have. But I'm proud of this group, man. Proud of what they, how they came every day and brought it. They stuck together. They had some, some tough times, some adversity. We dealt with it. Even today, I mean, it was adversity coming here with all the situation that's surrounding, all the things that we're hearing on the news, and now we're expected to play a basketball game at a high level. And for some of you, we forget sometimes this is a lot of these guys' first experience of playing in a big tournament like this, and I thought for the most part we handled it better as the game went on. We didn't handle it well from the very beginning. We were in the wrong places, just doing some things that are out of character, and I think sometimes the moment can got the most of us today. But again, I think this, just like earlier part of the season, this experience of being here is going to help us next time. All of the fanfare, the limelight, and the SEC does a great job of putting on an event, and I think sometimes it can be overwhelming, and maybe that was the case tonight. That won't be the case next time we're here.
Question on the left side.
Yeah, Coach, the NBA announced they were suspending the season for now, and then the move here with fans tomorrow. I mean, what's your take on what's a concerning situation that appears to be escalating rapidly?
Well, the NBA is a real brotherhood, so first and foremost, my prayers go out to Rudy Gobert and the Utah Jazz. I know they were one of the first teams that this decision probably came down to cancel the season was because of what happened there. So hopefully he's okay, but it's really a scary time because we don't really know. Here there have been some cases here, we talked about here, so we don't know. We're just going to try to do whatever we can. Supposed to be meeting with our administration. We're going to meet as a staff tomorrow and just try to get some guidance on what we need to do and making sure that the best things that we need to do to try to keep our guys safe. But we're just kind of wait and see right now.
Okay, question in the back on the center.
Think back to when you lost Aaron and you're playing Texas A&M and Saban gets the ball and there's 5 guys on the floor on him every time he gets it. And now what he's done the last 11 games where he's getting 30-point games and doing what he's doing. Schematically, how do you go from where you were to where you got him?
I don't quite remember 5 people being on him, but it's just, it's part of the game. I mean, he's going to be a guy that commands a lot of attention, but we try to share the ball and move the ball. I mean, there were some opportunities today when it was some guys was open, but and where he probably could have made an extra pass or made something. So we just got to continue to be aggressive, but at the same time be smart, play with poise, and give ourselves a little better of a chance. But it's not about these guys, their effort level or wanting to compete. They want to do it, and sometimes it gets to a situation when guys aren't making shots. We feel like I have to do it myself. So we got to get out of that mold and make sure that we continue to include our teammates, because we're the type of team and the way that we want to play that we need everybody, and hopefully that the shots start to fall and start to come around. But for me, it's about getting the right shots. But Saban games changed over the course of the year. He had a different role coming into the season. He was asked to be a 6th man coming off the bench because that was the best, what I thought was best for our team in the beginning. When Aaron went down, Cleavon went down, we needed him to be more of a primary scorer for us, and he stepped up and did that. I mean, my hat goes off to the kid because he's over the last 2 years, probably nobody had more things change during the course of a season than it did for him. And I think, and every time he stepped up and responded, he's a real coachable kid, real likable kid, and and I think he really helped himself. He really helped himself as far as possibly some opportunities at the next level. Is he completely ready to take that step? That's something that we'll talk about with him and his family, and we'll go from there.
Question on the left side.
Yeah, Jerry, back to the coronavirus situation. Vanderbilt announced tonight, I guess students have to be out of the dorms Friday. I assume you have some guys in the dorms. Do you have a plan yet? How do things look moving forward in terms of adjusting to all this with your team?
Yeah, it all happened, man. A lot of that stuff came out today when we were really trying to focus on the game. So even though I know about it, I was like, okay, let's try to get through tonight, and then we'll spend a little more time with that over this evening and in the morning, meeting with our staff and trying to figure out the best way that we can help these kids and help expedite what needs to happen from here. But yeah, we got to figure out storage and all those different type of things. But we got some work to do over the next couple of days, but whatever it is that we need to do to help facilitate that, we will.
All right, question down front on the right.
Coach, you've had a lot of changes this year over the course of the season. Going into next season, knowing you have a lot of young guys and a lot of stability, how does that make you feel kind of heading into the season and your second year on the job?
Yeah, I'm excited about it. I'm excited about some of the pieces that we already have that we hadn't been able to see that I have to look at every day in practice and watch them have really good practices. And I think, like, you know, DJ and Quentin, they're going to be big additions for us. I mean, because Quentin, just his ability to give us more of a post presence, not just to create his own, but to be a facilitator in the post. That's something that we didn't have all year this year. You know, even with Cleavon, he's not a guy that we really throw the ball into the post to. You know, his ability, where his strength was his ability to space out on the floor, be a big-time offensive rebounder for us. And so I think next year I'm gonna have a lot of little toys in my toy chest, and I can't wait to play with them. But it's an exciting start to see the possibility of who we could be and having a few more options next year. And you never know. I mean, it's not a foregone conclusion that Aaron's gone. You know, but you know, I think the way things are kind of trending for him and some of the things that we've been seeing in the mock drafts, to where I think it's, you know, it's exciting. I'm excited for him to possibly be a first-round pick, and if that's the case, then he can't stay. I'm gonna push him out the door. But if, you know, something where that's not the case, then man, I mean, we really have a cupboard that's full, and something that I'd be excited, you know, extremely excited about as the summer goes on.
We have time for one more question. Anyone? All right, thank you.
Appreciate you guys, man. Thank you. We could have did this over at Memorial.